All right, that music's good. Hey, folks, welcome to the Elden Crest 36 race briefing for 2023. It is our inaugural year for the race. We're super excited to see you in just a few days. The race starts on Friday, May the 5th, and it is, we're going to give you some bonus miles. It's Elden Crest 36, but we're actually going 38.5. So get ready. I'm going to go through all of the race information for you here, have the latest updates, some course changes, and yeah, we'll get through it. So let's get started. So first off, packet pickup. You've got a couple of options for packet pickup. First is this coming Saturday, April 29th here in Phoenix. That's option number one. That's going to be noon to 5 p.m. Our office by the Sky Harbor Airport at 2401 South 24th Street in Phoenix. You can go through the process there. You can drop off your drop bag for one or two locations at Walnut Canyon Aid Station and then direct to the finish line. I don't know if that makes sense if you're checking in almost a full week in advance, but the other option is the day before the race, so Thursday, May the 4th. That location is at Run Flagstaff, Run Specialty Store in Flagstaff. It's at 2204 East Route 66 in Flagstaff from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. the night before the race on Thursday, May the 4th. So one of those two options for race check-in. Drop bags at either location. One drop bag along the course, that's at the Walnut Canyon Aid Station, and then one that can go directly to the finish. And we'll have a live runner briefing session. I'm not going to go through all the details I'm going to go through right now in the runner briefing session on Thursday night at Run Flagstaff. I will go through some of the course changes in a little bit more detail and answer any questions at that time. That'll be at 8 o'clock at Run Flagstaff on Thursday, May the 4th. And then we're going to get started. We're asking everybody to show up about an hour early. There's not a whole lot of a process that you need to go through for check-in. You've already done that the night before or the week before. But the race starts at 7 a.m. on May the 5th, Friday, May the 5th. We'll already be out of our minds, bonkers, from a few days of no sleep from the other two races that are going on. But we'll be happy to see you at Fort Tuthill County Park. That's located at 2446 Fort Tuthill Loop in Flagstaff. It's also an active aid station location for both the Cocodona 250 and the Sedona Canyons 125 races. But that's your start line, and we're going to get started at 7 a.m. on Friday, May the 5th. When you do check into the race at one of those two check-in locations, we're going to confirm that you have the course downloaded to a GPS-enabled device, most likely your phone. We're going to make sure you have the race command phone number downloaded or in your phone, and that's 928-683-7892. There's also that phone number is going to be on your bib, so you can access it anytime during the race just by looking down at your bib. You're also going to receive some goodies and obviously your race bib, which we're going to talk about your bib number assignments here in just a second. We'll also have shoe donation collection for Souls for Souls. So bring any shoes that you used to train for the race or any other lightly worn shoes, and we'll put those to a good cause. Some rules for the race. This race and all three race distances, you cannot receive any outside aid outside of the aid stations, and there is no crew or pacer access on this course. So basically, the aid that we're providing you at the water stations and the aid stations along the way is all that you can take from anyone until you get to the finish line. If you do need to drop out of the race, do so at an aid station and make sure you let a staff or volunteer member know. No pets on the course. It's a bummer. I know. I love running with my dog too, but no pets on this course. We do have portable toilets along the course at the two aid stations that you'll come across at the Walnut Canyon Aid Station and at the top of Mount Elden. Gear requirements. No gear requirements. You can run in whatever outfit you like. I would love if you ran in a costume. That would make me very happy on Friday, May the 5th. As I said earlier, you do need a GPS-enabled device. Most likely that's a phone. You can download a GPS app such as AllTrails. Guru Maps Pro is one that I really like. There's a bunch of different apps out there. Download the course GPX file from CalTopo. That course file is 100% final. All the changes have been made. You can go ahead and download that. Make sure when you download it off of CalTopo that you choose the GPX handheld file type. That's the number one most commonly made mistake when downloading the GPX file. We have had a few course changes for the Elden Crest 36. I will tell you what those are right now. The Forest Service rerouted some of the trail along the Walnut Canyon rim, so that reroute has been incorporated. They did that at the end of last summer. We've incorporated those changes into the file. Thanks, Peter Mortimer, for going out and running those for us and recording. The location of water station number 1 has changed, so therefore the mileage has also changed. It's at mile 9.4 now. Mount Elden has a decent amount of snow on it, so we had to make a couple of changes. After we've made those changes, there's not a lot of snow you're going to run into. There's some patches on the way up. As soon as you get to the top, there's a short section of snow that you have to go through, and then we've rerouted you off of the trail up top and onto the road coming down. The road's clear of snow, so you're good to go there. Dry all the way down to the bottom. So the location of the Mount Elden aid station changed slightly because there's 3 feet of snow up there when we went out there last week, and then the route going down the mountain, we have you on the road. So those changes were made. Course markings will be sufficient, but they will not be overkill. We're going to mark intersections very well so that you should be able to know where you're going when you get to an intersection, but straightaways will be very sparsely marked. It is, as I said, mandatory for every runner to carry their GPS-enabled device, so yeah, it's a great tool to have to always know where you're going. I always check whether I'm in a race or just going out for fun. I look at my phone all the time to see where I am. So it's a good habit to be in. We are a cupless race, so cold items that you're drinking, we ask that you bring your own cup to the race. We will not have cups for cold drinks at the race. For hot drinks, we will. So if you get ramen or hot chocolate or coffee at an aid station, we will have drink cups for you for hot drinks. We ask that you please try to keep that and reuse that hot drink if you're going to reuse it multiple times at one aid station. Fill up on multiple cups of coffee, reuse that same cup. All right, drop bags. You will have the option for 2 drop bags, one of which is on the course, and at the start line you can drop a drop bag that'll go directly to the finish and meet you there. We ask that you keep those drop bags to a size of 60 liters or hopefully less. That's about 1 foot by 1 foot by 2 feet is about 60 liters. So clearly label it with your bib number and the place that it's going, finish line or Walnut Canyon. That'll be great. You don't need to put the mileage on there. You don't need to put your name on there. You just need to put your bib number and the place that drop bag is going to. When you pass through the Walnut Canyon aid station, we'll have a place for you to move your drop bag to a used drop bag pile. That way we can get those shuttled to the finish line and hopefully beat you there so that your drop bag is at the finish line waiting for you when you finish. Time zones. Arizona is always confusing, but this time of year we're on Pacific time. So yeah, that's not exactly true, but it's effectively true. So Pacific time is the same time zone that we'll be in for the race. The start time for you guys, as I said, is 7 a.m. From the Mount Elden aid station, which is a not only the start line for the Elden Crest 36 race, but it's also an active aid station for our 250 and 125 mile distances. Bib numbers. It's time to check out what bib number you drew for the race. If you'll go to the web page for cocodona.com, and go to the race info tab, it has all 3 race distances. The bib numbers are assigned. Go ahead and check what number you're going to be. We talked about course marking. So cutoff time. I've had a bunch of questions about the cutoff time. The cutoff time for this race is 27 hours. I don't expect anyone to take the full 27 hours to run 38.5 miles. However, the cutoff time is based off of the Cocodona 250 course, not off of the Elden Crest course. So that's why it's assigned to 27 hours. But take all 27 hours if you want. We'll be out there for sure. The aid stations that you're going to come across for the race: Walnut Canyon, obviously mile 17. Drop bag is there. We're going to have roll-ups, turkey and cheese, hummus avocado roll-ups. We're going to have potato soup, spring rolls, oatmeal bar if it's the morning time, if you're the first of the crowd, and might even have some Frito pie for the Frito pie lovers out there. Up at the top of Mount Elden, which is mile 30 for you, we'll have some barbecue burgers, soup, and pancakes for the first morning folks, the pancakes. And then at the finish line, we'll have burgers going as well. All food options will have a vegetarian and vegan option that goes along and is kind of the exact same menu for those items. We'll also have a water station for you at mile 9.4 and mile 22.5. We'll have Gnarly, Fuel 2.0, and water at those locations, but no food at those 2 water stations. No crew, no pacers, 38.5 miles. It is an ultra, but it seems like it's a really short race to me, but it's not. It's going to be a good long race for you guys, and it's a beautiful course. So stoked for you guys to experience it. We do have shuttles for the race. Shuttle tickets are final. There are no more shuttle tickets for sale. If you have purchased already a shuttle ticket, there is a parking area in Flagstaff really close to the finish. It's at the corner, the northwest corner of Cherry and Beaver Street and downtown. There's a link to purchase a parking pass for that parking lot in the runner guide, which there's a link for the runner guide on the website. The shuttles are going to pick up at that location at 5:45 in the morning on Friday. Take you straight to the start, so you're there with plenty of time to get those last-minute race jitters and go out to the portable toilets and, get ready to run. A couple of items to note that are probably not necessarily what you would expect on a 38.5 mile race, but you may come across some folks asleep on the side of the trail. They're not dead, at least hopefully. They're just taking a trail nap. Some of these runners have been awake for, at this point, over 4 days now. So let those runners sleep. They're taking a trail nap. Don't need to see if they're okay because they are just sleeping. Also, TerraCycle. We have TerraCycle for your nutrition wrappers. We'll have that at both the aid stations and at the finish line for you. We would like to give a big thanks to our partners for the race. First and foremost, Discover Flagstaff. The city of Flagstaff graciously has allowed us to come back for the 3rd year in a row. We appreciate the support the city of Flagstaff offers us. It's a great high-altitude training town for running and all kinds of sports. It's a beautiful place to live also. So, thanks, Flagstaff, for letting us come back. Gnarly is providing your electrolyte fuel for the race. Catula is a maker of traction and gaiters. They're based out of Flagstaff. They've been a great partner of Aravaipa's for a long time, and we're honored to be partnered with them for the Elden Crest 36 race. Speedland, makers of some amazing shoes. Check them out. They're just about the best shoe out there. Spring Energy is another partner of ours. They make really good tasting nutrition and gels product for you for when you're out on the trails. Squirrel's Nut Butter is another Flagstaff-based company. They make anti-chafing products, and great folks over there at Squirrel's Nut Butter. Happy to be partnered with them for a long time now. Tonry is the provider of our sunscreen for the race, and we'll have sunscreen for you at all the aid stations provided by Tonry. Thanks, folks over at Tonry. Ultra Aspire, makers of great packs and also lights. They're a Utah-based company, which is where I'm from, and I'm happy to partner with them. They're a great group of folks and have one of the best pack designers who's really led the industry over his entire lifetime. So super happy to be partnered with them, and yeah, that's great. And Wilderness Volunteers is our nonprofit partner for the race, another Flagstaff-based organization. They put together trips into the wilderness to do trail work. So check them out. Go on one of their trips, do some good work out in a beautiful place. Speaking of being out in a beautiful place, just a few days, you're going to be having a tour of Flagstaff, 38.5 miles, getting up to the top of Elden, take a little tour of Walnut Canyon. We're super stoked to have you, and yeah, run fast, be safe, be nice to all the runners out there and the volunteers, and yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.